Yo, what's good, guys? Today, I'm gonna be teaching you how to make a Lost Century type beat or Lost Country type beat, whatever they go by. I don't know, but yeah. So Lost Century, they make wave funk type beats. They tend to use samples actually, but I didn't really use a sample for this. I just kind of did my own melody. It's a very generic beat. It's not like anything special. It's just like a basis of like how I believe Lost Century makes their beats. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first thing is I loaded up this serum patch I made. It's a melodic dubstep pluck. You could like look through it. It's like everything I did. There's the effects. Here's the matrix. If you want to copy that, and this is what it sounds like. It sounds pretty cool. I actually didn't like throw any effects on it, which I probably should. I'm just gonna cut the lows a little bit, maybe a little bit of reverb, and then yeah, that's the first sound. And then I added a FL keys. Lost Century uses a piano usually, and it has like two notes where it goes duh, duh, kind of like that. Fuck. I used FL keys. I really suggest using another plugin that isn't FL keys, just any other piano plugin. I just really don't have one right now, so I just kind of use what I had. The effects I threw on it is like an intensity. This plugin is just like a sound goodizer. You could just use a sound goodizer instead. Really heavy reverb. Just cutting the lows and delay like that with the mix turned out slightly, and I cut the highs a little bit with the EQ, and this is what it sounds like. Yeah, it's like that piano sound, it's like a signature Lost Century type sound. And then I added a respace. Making a respace is very easy. I will just go through it right now. If you have Serum, you could use Serum. I think you could literally use any synthesizer. So what a respace is just a saw wave with a lot of unison, pitch down. And then you could like add some portamento and then you just filter it. That's literally what a res is. Very simple to make. So this is a res pattern. And what's on it is there's an intensity on it. It's just boost the highs a little bit. EQ boosting the lows. Lost Century is like a very bass focused wave type thing. And then this is a filter. What this filter does is it's I'll just show you what it does. So if you have an EQ open, it's basically just bringing in the highs slowly. So yeah, that's what it does. Turn that off. And yeah, I just automated the cut to do that. Just right click this and click create automation clip. The preset would be simple low pass LFO. And yeah, so I have an EQ, or not an EQ, an automation going like that, bringing in the highs of the bass. And then I have this pad from Hive. The preset would be PD Born of Eros, and this is what that looks like. This is the pattern for it. And on the Hive, I have an intensity, an EQ, another EQ cutting the harsh frequencies of all hollow room, and a delay with the mix turned down halfway. And yeah, this is what it sounds like. Yeah, and all of them. Then the drums come in. For the drums, I just have a snare. Just some saturation and reverb on the snare. And then a counter snare. Some reverb on it. So it's counter snare pattern. This is the snare pattern. And then a kick. Oops. Gotta unmute it. And the kick is linked to the respace, and what I did is I just right clicked it, click side chain to this track, and then I open a limiter. I go to composition and drag that to 1, and I mess with this ratio, and this is like side chaining, so when the kick hits, the bass ducks in volume and then it comes back up. Makes the kick hit harder. I suggest doing that for wave tracks. It makes it sound nicer and cleaner. And then a crash. then it goes to the next section, introduces a hi-hat, just a 2-step, and now on the hi-hat, it's a stereo enhancer, this makes it wider, and then a Valhalla room. And yeah, and then there's another melody introduced. This is a serum patch. I don't know where I got this, but you could just like copy it if you want. Yeah. This is what it sounds like. There's a Valhalla room, a delay with the mix turned on like quarter, and then cutting out the harsh frequencies with an EQ. And this is what that melody sounds like. All together. And then I bring an acapella in. So I have a drum kit that's $15, pretty cheap, as of all these sounds. There's a lot of acapellas in it, a ton, like a lot. And I just use one from this, Hill from Northside Ho. So what I threw on it is a multi-band compressor. I muted the high band and the low band, an EQ cutting the lows and the highs a little bit, another EQ cutting the harsh frequencies, a Valhalla room, a delay with the mix knob turned half down, and another parametric EQ cutting the lows. And yeah. And then finally, I add this one melody in. I really like the sound. It's called LD Distant Shores, and this is what it sounds like. And there's just a Valhalla room and a delay with the mix knob turned halfway down. And then all together. And now we get to the funk part, which is, you know, this sound right here. I found a cowbell from this one drum kit. I don't remember which one, but you can find a cowbell in basically any free funk kit you find. There's even, I think, a cowbell in this one. Yeah, there's 8 beat. Alright, on the cowbell I threw a little saturation, Valhalla room and intensity, and a pretty fat delay. And at first I drew this melody. Oh, make sure your cowbell is tuned, by the way. You could do that by edit an audio editor, regions, detect pitch regions. This is tuned to A. So I went here and I clicked A on the piano. I tuned it. What it sounds like. So that's the start of it. And then I brought it up an octave and drew some more notes in. Then I added the drums back. And then the acapella. Yeah, that's basically the full beat. It's pretty simple, nothing crazy. I wanted to do one last thing with it, so what I did is I grabbed it, I turned on stretch, and I just stretched it and made it slow, you know, like real TikTok shit. So I'll show you what that sounds like. Sounds pretty cool. Yeah, that's basically the full beat. Links to my drum kit in the description. Buy it, please. Give me money. I need money. I need to buy drugs. And yeah, appreciate you watching. Follow my Instagram too. Follow my SoundCloud as well. Also, yeah, that's it. Buy my drum kits later.